Hey everybody, it's Jade Lambert Smith, and I'm the director of Mother of God. The idea that two people wanted to illuminate the story of the mother of Jesus and bring her to life and talk about her personal power, that's right up my alley. So I was extremely excited when Christian Magby and Christian Albright approached me about working on this piece. I've been working on it with them for approximately I believe 5 or more years. So it's been a blessing to direct it and develop and research and work with them to bring this beautiful story to life. I love everything that it's about. We did a workshop of the show back in 2017, and I hadn't really touched it since then. And so when Christian called me earlier this year about directing, I was absolutely excited and honored to come back to the process. And so I immediately got back into the world of the culture of the time, what it meant to be a woman during this time as a Jewish woman, a Hebrew woman, and also looking into how that now correlates with what's happening with women in our country now and in our world now, so to speak. And we had an awesomely divine workshop this summer where we got to look at the story and see how it's developed and changed and shifted. And it's still in process. That's the beauty of a new work. We're in process of bringing this beautiful story to life. It's such a complex story that has so many unanswered questions. That's what makes it complex. We have very little to go off when it comes to Mary's life. In some cases, she is just the mother of God or Jesus. In other cases, she is considered a deity, a god in other religions. So the gentleman wanted to talk about what it means to bring her as an everyday woman to life. What does it mean to choose to take on this thing? So we looked at just the role of women in society and what that means in different societies. And I believe I'm actually the only woman on the creative team, I'm kind of, carrying that banner with me with a little bit of grace, I hope, as we make sure that we tell the story with the best intentions and power and purpose that we can. What's my favorite part of the favorite part of the show? Because there are different parts of the show and I have different favorite parts in that part. So of course the opening is pretty doggone fabulous. And guide us just, it gives me chills every time I hear it. And the reality is there are some pieces being developed that haven't been heard before. So some of those are going to knock all of you for a loop. And there's a little surprise moment with Mary that I'm really excited for the audiences to hear. So I'm not going to give it all away. I don't want to influence anybody else's feelings about it. But yeah, there are 4 or 5 I'm going to call them bangers because they bang on my heart that excite me about the story, and I really think bring to life what it means to be the mother of God. I have never developed a new musical, and that's pretty awesome. I come from a very staunch, traditionalist, actually kind of avant-garde performance art, theatrical background, in the sense of loving Brechtian type things, and but then I can absolutely deal with a regular old nice kitchen drama or some Williams or O'Neill. But I didn't actually step into the world of working with musicals until I started teaching, because in Georgia musicals are very huge. They're the biggest thing ever. So it's been wonderful to hone my craft as a musical theater director over the last decade, and now working with these gentlemen on developing a new musical and making sure that the elements of a great musical are also ensconced in the elements of great storytelling. So that makes this process extremely, extremely singular in its nature. I have not worked with anything like this. And we all know that even when we get to opening, the show will still be in process, which is really kind of cool because we're going to continue to work on it and develop it into the best piece it can be. My hope for someone coming to see the show is that, one, they have a good time, and they are going to. It's impossible for anyone to see this show and not have a good time. You're going to fall in love with the music. You're going to fall in love with the characters. It's a perfect balance of comedy, dramedy, and drama. And but my hope is that they see that there's an opportunity for us to all be ordinary people in extraordinary circumstances like Mary is, and that we're all presented with choices. And for me, particularly in my director's vision, it's about what happens when you're presented with the unknown. Do you function with faith or do you function with fear? And what happens in your life when you do that? So I hope that people will self-reflect, have moments of introspection, and reconnect with themselves when they've been given opportunities or asked to take on something that's larger than they think they're capable of doing. I cannot wait for Atlanta, the region, the world to see this production. No one is prepared for just how awesome it really is. It is a mega musical for all intents and purposes, and I think that people are just going to be absolutely in awe of this beautiful storytelling. And it's something that's going to, I believe, be branded in their brain and become a part of their yearly entertainment experience. And I hope that just like in Things Are Happening, things start happening and the word gets out about how awesome Mother of God is.